Thanks for hearing from my channel. Please like, subscribe and support us if you feel interested. Empowerment Arc Chapter 15 A Deal with the Guards. I offer my sincerest apologies. I was deeply bowing my head, in my heart at least. We were being detained in the guard station of the Dwarven gatekeepers. After causing an uproar to such an extent, it was somewhat obvious that I wouldn't be declared innocent and released on the spot. The dwarf guardsmen had come rushing over and instantly surrounded all of us that were involved. Although, my previous opponents of 5 were perfectly knocked out, so I felt like it was just me being trapped in that circle. That was it. I should secretly turn back into a slime and run away. I thought to myself, Eureka! But as I returned to my slime form and attempted escape, visual explanation, my body was abruptly seized, and then a feeling of being suspended came over me. I was so easily captured. The soldier San who caught me was smiling with a face that said, "Where do you think you're going?" But I could tell by the bulging vein in his forehead, that he wasn't happy in the least. "Why? I haven't done anything, you know. I'm also a victim in this matter." I tried pleading the way Gobuta-kun would, however. Is that right? All the same, I'll listen to your story at the guard station. You'd better not think about running away. He still wore that wonderful smile, even as he warned me. It might be a better idea to just give in. Suddenly I thought to myself, what's Gobuta-kun doing right now? And when I looked around, I saw that even now, his eyes were still closed and his ears covered. That idiot. What was he thinking? No, wait. He was probably not thinking at all. He was a ninny after all. While feeling somewhat amazed, I called Gobuta-kun over. And this was how we were dragged away to the guard station. The order of how events played out that time. First, I was forced into a fight. Second, I transformed into a wolf. Third, I let out a howl at a teensy bit loud volume. How about it? I'm not to blame, right? With that in mind, I sneaked a quick look up at Soldier San. As ever, he was still wearing that wonderful smile. His beard was a fine match with his good-natured and hearty looks. It's such a pity though, if only those veins on his forehead would calm down. Why was I brought along with you? UIDOT. What are you saying? Because you got involved in that mess, we are the ones getting reprimanded. So that's what happened. I'm really sorry. I caused a lot of troubles again. Well, it couldn't be helped this time, but make sure to be more careful next time, alright? Phew. I think I fooled him somehow. What I used just now was the ultimate skill, shifting blame. Original text is. I'm pretty sure it has to do with controlling blame, but not completely sure. If you know what it means, please let me know. This was an advanced social technique which you could master only after many years of life experience. The trick was to not let the other party suspect you. It was considerably difficult to use. If you're wondering what that accomplished, the guard's mood got a little better, I guess. Moving on. Actually, while I did jokingly recount how the incident had occurred, it was mostly quite accurate. Using the information they gained from the witnesses, the guards had also reached the same conclusion as how I had described it. I felt that their attitudes towards me had become softer to a certain extent. Now, about that demon wolf. What was it? Asking the question was the soldier San who was in charge of the investigation. What did he mean by what it was? The name of its species? Let's see, the name of that wolf species is. Not that. I don't need to know the name of its species, or anything like that. Why did that kind of demon appear in that place? To begin with, where did it came from and where did it go? Speak of everything you know. Although I told them I transformed into the wolf, it seems they don't believe me. As a rule, heroes hide the fact that they can transform, but I'm no hero. That was why I had openly talked like a chatterbox, and yet. No. Now see here, I'm telling you that it was me who transformed into that wolf. Really, I get that it's rare for a slime being able to talk, but transformation? Wait. Then should I show you I can do it? HMPH. Well, whatever. However, let's say for argument's sake that the wolf really was you. Why can you transform? Aren't you a slime? Confronted with such a question, how should I reply? Honestly, answering, it's a unique skill, would be a foolish move. If I did, that would put me on the same level as Gobuta-kun. Come up with a good explanation right now, me. To tell you the truth, a magician cast a curse on me. I think it was done out of jealousy for my talent. Back then, I was a user of illusion magic. Cursed by a magician, you say? And? Well, right. I had learned a number of illusion spells and was fully focused on studying, but an evil magician changed me into a slime. Right now, I'm on a journey to find a method to break the curse on me, and that's how it is. How did you come to meet this evil magician? Why were you not killed but instead of cursing you? It would have been so nice if he took everything at face value. His persistence was almost annoying. Well, it was reasonable, I suppose. If he believed me just like that, I would consider him no better than a goblin. And from then on, a seemingly never-ending 2 hours passed. It was a time of non-stop offense and defense, questions and answers, between me and Soldier-san. The passionate exchange of words between the two had gradually given shape to a never-before-heard-of story. A story about a certain beautiful girl, who was cursed by an evil magician and turned into a slime. I didn't mean for it turn out that way, but in the midst of responding to every one of Soldier-san's pinpoint questions, I had given birth to an exceedingly strange story. In the story, I was the young maiden who was a prodigy of transforming and illusion magic. She was cursed by a witch and was on a journey to break the spell, or so it went. You may ask, how did it come to this? Whenever I had mentioned something odd, Soldier-san would mercilessly tackle it in the name of cross-examination. And in the process of fixing up my story enough to make him say, "So that's how it was already too late." Me and Soldier-san. At the end of it, we had exchanged looks full of a feeling of accomplishment, though I had no eyes. No words were said, but our feelings got across to each other. All right. The written evidence, though the content is nonsensical, is completed. Thanks for your cooperation. By the way, what will you two? Slam. It's terrible. Down at the mines, an Armorsaurus appeared. They say that several miners who were picking ores have already been injured. What? So, has this Armorsaurus been put down yet? There's no problem there. Just now, a suppression unit has been sent over. But those who were wounded are in bad conditions. I don't know whether it was for war preparations or something else, but everything related to medicines have been sold off, and it seems they won't bring out the emergency stores in the castle. Are there no healers? That is, you know that to mine magic ores, you need to go deep into the caves, right? At the moment, all of the capable healers are away escorting the miners, and the only ones available right now are greenhorns. What did you say? It appeared to be a serious situation, and they've completely forgotten I was there. I thought to myself, if there are emergency supplies in the castle, bring them out. Restorative medicine, huh? Although I have them, what should I do? Oi, mister. I've decided to hand them some. As for why I would do this, it's not like I thought maybe building a good image of myself would prove my innocence in the earlier incident. It's absolutely not like that. Saving lives is a natural thing to do. Though I admit, I sounded suspicious. But they say that compassion is not for the benefit of others. In other words, something good may happen for me. What is it? I'm busy right now. The investigation is finished now, but I can't release you yet. For a while, you'll be waiting in this place. No, not that. It's about this, you see? I took out medicine from my pocket. Or from their view, I simply spat it out. Ah, what's this? It's restorative medicine. It's of excellent quality. Good for drinking. Good for applying wounds. Huh? Why would a slime like you be holding on to something like medicine? Hey now, where did my setting, story of a young maiden, go from before? Just now I was completely treated like a slime. As I expected, he was also going along with the flow at that time. Well, putting that aside, that doesn't really matter, right? Please try using it. How many do you need? 6 people were injured, but will you have enough? The young Soldier-san, that had come to report the situation, was glaring at me with suspicion. A demon giving you medicine. If it was me, I wouldn't take it. Tisk. No matter, don't leave the room. We're going now. Eh? But, Captain, that's a demon you know? Quiet. We're going. Hurry and lead the way. While saying that, the bearded Soldier-san who was called Captain snatched the 6 medicines I had taken out and took off running. Although we never had a proper talk with each other, I think he decided to trust in me. He seemed to be a good person, just like his appearance. Though it was surprising that he was a captain. Is it over now? It was Gobuta-kun who was asking. He had been silent right from the beginning of the interrogation, only nodding the occasional agreements to my claims. It's not over yet, but well, let's see how it turns out. Roger that. From then on, we waited in a completely spaced-out state of mind. Occasionally, among the soldiers that were coming and going out of the guard station, a few would stare at us in confusion, tilting their heads. We had spent 1 hour waiting. I was practicing my control over spider threads to kill time, when I sensed the footsteps of the returning captain and his men. Stopping what I was doing, I went back to the waiting room. Gobyuda-kun was sleeping there. This guy, unexpectedly, he might actually be an amazing fellow. You saved us. Thanks. Entering the room, the captain said thanks while bowing his head. Also with him, was a group of miners that had followed behind. I heard you were the one who gave the medicine. Thank you. To be frank, I was on the verge of losing an arm, and not being able to work anymore. Really, thank you. The miners were all expressing their appreciation in turns. Oh, there's one guy left. Why wasn't he saying anything? Well, I've properly received their feelings of gratitude. A while passed, and the miners had all finished what they came to say and left already. Before I had noticed, the sun was already going down and it was getting darker outside. After that, the captain and I shared another conversation. This time, I didn't hide anything from him. The 5 people, from the previous disastrous incident, turned out to be adventurers that were part of this country's Freedom Association. Apparently, they were talented individuals, but were quite well known for their troublemaking. Without holding anything back, the captain had laughingly said, "That ought to teach them a lesson." He also informed me that while it was already confirmed that we didn't do anything wrong in particular, but taking into consideration the feelings of the bystanders involved in that incident, there was no choice but to detain us. I found out that a damage report was never made. But really, it was understandable. Making a complaint saying, "I want compensation for my soiled underwear," would be extremely embarrassing. In return, I also told him of our circumstances. For the sake of reviving the goblin village, we needed clothes, weapons and armors. If possible, I also wanted to hire a capable advisor for the village, and so on. The captain had listened attentively throughout it all with keen interest. When the other guards learned of our situation, they had begun talking to me about all sorts of things. Even Gobyuda-kun was besieged with questions from all sides, having to constantly reply with a bewildered expression. And like that, the night passed. The next day, we were still staying at the guard station. Gobyuda-kun was borrowing the restroom. He must still be asleep. Since I didn't need sleep, I was already out in the backyard, gazing at the scene of the guards' training. Some were practicing swinging their wooden swords, or more like logs. Others were exchanging light blows in a spar, while the rest were working out by running. I was leisurely watching from the sidelines. Taking in the situation before me, I simulated in my mind a fight between the various demons I have used predation on, and the training guards. It felt just like a game. Still, I wonder if using Great Sage in this way was alright? The way I was using it, it could be described as like pearls before swine. Be that as it may, it couldn't be helped since it was interesting. There was no problem at all. The result of the simulation: overwhelming victory by the demons. Even when the guards were given a handicap, only a few could manage to defeat the bat and lizard. In a 1 versus 1 situation, the conditions were too favorable for the demons. However, it seemed that in a group battle, with 5 to 6 people which made up one party, there were a few party combinations that were able to beat my spider. On the other hand, even with all 20 of the training guards, they were not be able to kill my centipede. In any case, I knew that the men here weren't of the strongest fighters in this country, so perhaps this was a standard level of strength. While I was doing that, Gobyuda-kun had also woken up. The captain was also here, reporting for duty. "You're free to go. I feel bad for confining you up till now. Though we had a reputation to uphold, we ended up taking up a day of your time. Sorry. No, saving on lodging expenses was very helpful. Hearing that really puts me at ease. As an apology, let me introduce you to a skilled blacksmith." "That would be splendid. Thank you very much." Things were looking up for us. Regarding the immigration inspection, we were given something of a preferential treatment and it was completed without a hitch, while on the other hand we saved money on lodging fees. I also expected difficulty in searching for a capable blacksmith, but Soldier San's recommendation solved everything. Looking at it optimistically, nothing but good things had happened to us. But in return for that, was there a hidden catch to this? When it came to things hidden beneath the surface, videos were all I liked. Meant to be a pun on underground videos equals pirated videos. Because under the guise of something good there was something bad, and underground videos are pirated videos and pirated videos are bad, and forget it *, it could also be about P***rn. I'm just saying, if you still have any of those medicines remaining, I want to buy them. I see now. I did hear about it yesterday, that somehow supplies of medicine were low. Seeing as I have a huge stock of medicines, it would be fine selling them, but I didn't know the market price for them. What to do? Well, whatever. These medicines didn't cost anything to produce after all. If he says I need them, then I'll just hand them over some. I can agree to that. Although I say that, I do need them myself, so it depends on how many you need. I'll be fine with just taking the leftovers. Even if only one is left, I'll take it. HN? Isn't that strange? Wasn't he trying to procure a reserve supply of medicines? Having just one wouldn't solve anything in the hour of need. I suppose the need for medicine is just that great. Then, how about 5? 5. That'll be great. Ah, and also, did you know that it'll probably still have a good effect when diluted with water? When treating the average injury, just 1/10 of the medicine should be fine. When I explained how it worked, the captain nodded with a face that yelled, "I want more." After making sure he understood, I handed over the 5 pieces of medicine and in return, I received a small bag. Opening the bag, I saw some gold coins inside. Although it may not be much, it was everything we could take out. I hope you can let me have them all for 5 coins each. It appeared that 5 pieces of medicine were worth 25 gold coins. But at the present, I couldn't tell profit from loss, so I thought to make use of this opportunity to ask about the currency rates. Excuse me, is it not enough? But this is the best I can offer. No, though I'm okay with the amount you gave, there's something I'd like you to teach me. Eh? You're all right with this price? Then what is it you wanted to ask? HNN? Judging from that reaction, I was ripped off. It might have been fine to push the price a little bit. Well, that's fine. I felt that this Captain San was a good person, so I doubt he took advantage of me to a serious extent. Right now, I have only a small amount of money, but not only that, I have no idea at all about the value of money and the price of commodities. If possible, please teach me about those things. After all, being a slime, I'm ignorant of these things. My current manner of speech was totally contradicting yesterday's setting, story of a young maiden. At any rate, both us had never believed in that story in the first place, so no problem there. And so like this, we had a conversation before departure that lasted so long, that it wasn't until after eating lunch that I was ready to say, "Now we depart." I couldn't taste anything, but nonetheless, it was a good meal. Status name: Rimuru Tempest species. Slime divine protection. Crest of storm titles. One who controls demons. Magic. None skills. Unique skill Great Sage. Unique skill Predator. Slime inherent skills Dissolution, Absorption, Self-regeneration. Extra skill Water manipulation. Extra skill Magic perception. Acquired skills: Black snake heat perception, Poison mist breath. Centipede paralysis breath. Spider sticky thread, Steel thread. Bat ultrasonic waves. Lizard body armor. Black wolf super olfaction, Thought transmission, Intimidation, Shadow movement, Black lightning. Resistances: Heat fluctuation resistance X physical attack resistance Pain immunity Electrical resistance Paralysis resistance. Thanks for hearing from my channel. Please like, subscribe and support us if you feel interested.